Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on Betwist. It's a word finding game, and today we're going to work on scoring. We left off there yesterday. Let's find that test. And, as I thought about it last night, or this morning, I realized Mudshark666 said something about, should this maybe be an object that does this? And, as I think about it now, it's like, yeah, he's right. Let's make our test reflect that first. So we're going to expect game.score to be equal to, I'm just making it up, but we'll just assume it's got these fields and a constructor, and that will do it. All right, let's build the class. We don't have a way to do that automatically, do we? One of my favorite little things. Oh, and I keep forgetting, is it that? No. Great code snippet? No. Sorry. That's something else entirely. No? Okay. Now I do have John's trick. Okay, let's do that. And we can get these fields. Well, maybe I can just do this. Now, okay, I guess he's not going to volunteer. I hate typing all this boilerplate. I think if I do that first, I can get it to do it. Okay. All right, I think that's all we need so far. Oh, we need to be equatable. Yeah, you're right. And I mean, the fact is we already have three things, so there's already some concept that we haven't named unless we put something in for it. So, yeah, I think, yeah, you're definitely on it. Okay, and then I think that's pretty much that. We don't have score. And I think we'll go update our view. I think we have a score view. Right, even that tells me it should be. Now this is, it's going a little bit, this dot that, it is poking around, but I think it's okay. We could give it game.word count to game.letter count and so on to get around that, but it's a pretty simple object. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, and is that all we need? Okay, we expected 8. We got 2. Seems like we should have multiple expectations. It's not doing it yet. Sorry. After the test, then we'll judge. Okay. Right. Score came back 0, 0, 0 instead of 274. Okay. Now score. Game. Well, the answers to his questions are going to be in the vocabulary, I think. All right. So if we want to know how many words did we put in or how many words do we have, that seems like something the vocabulary can answer. And I think this one maybe should be separate things, because they are kind of separate questions. All right, so let's do bar word count int, and that should be words.count. Right now we store them as an array of strings. Okay. And then letter count. And I think we'll just take words, reduce. Initial result is 0, and so far and next. Okay, and then we're going to take so far plus equals next dot count. It's just the count of next is going to be the string, so we're asking for the string count. Up here we're getting the array of strings, the array count. Okay, and then longest word. What do we call that? Most letters. Okay, I'm just going to return 0 for now and see if we got the others right. Oh, we don't. Okay, let's make game do some work. Word count is vocabulary dot word count. And I think this is the right place to assemble these things together, because we could imagine other things that could go into your score, like maybe number of turns or something like that. You know, if you're guessing wrong half the time, that would be counted against you or something. They don't have to be things from the vocabulary, or, oh, I'm in the wrong place, aren't I? Huh. Let's move this. This should be guesses, not vocabulary. Game guesses. And guesses is a target of future work. I want to do something. I want to organize things by count and differentiate the words that were added as prefixes and maybe some other things too as we get going. So let's get this to be guesses instead of vocabulary. Hopefully two are right. Oh, no. Word count 0. Oh, we didn't do any scoring. Okay. Game dot is it collect? We have to do some selecting. Okay. Okay, 0, 0 first, then 0, 1, then 1, 0, then 1, 1. Starting slow here. Yeah, I'm really wishing for a better way to specify these selects now as we get more. Oh, man. Okay, what's going on? There's vocabulary. Game.score. Well, let's make sure the right thing is happening. Okay, yeah, we're doing prepend. How did you never... How did you never call prepend? Maybe I'm getting an error before we get going. Okay, and let's check out guess. Maybe I haven't I haven't done something. Well, I probably should be doing game.select at these things, but guess is empty. Oh, guess is selection.guess. Okay, that's so game normally has its own selection, right? Yes. Okay. Oh, I've stepped into the wrong thing. Okay, that's a good sign. All right. Now, hopefully that last one is still wrong because we didn't do that. 1, 4. I was worried about that a little bit. So I think it's only one word because we enforce the 4-letter thing. Let's see where that is. Prepend. I guess it's not in gas. Somewhere between game. Minimum size, yep. Okay. So I guess it really is 1. And this vocabulary really doesn't have that. I don't think it's unreasonable to enforce it. Letter count should be 4. And most letters should be 4. Okay. Well, I didn't expect this to take 15 minutes. All right, and then we need to get the last piece in once it finishes. Most letters. All right, hopefully 2 out of 3 are right. 140 over 144. Okay, good. Most letters. I don't know if we have max in this. Max by largest element of this collection. That sounds promising. What's the count for? Returns the largest elements. Is that as many as I want? Yeah, well. Oh. Well, it's not the max I want. Max by. Maximum element is the comparison between elements. Okay. So that gives me an element. Ugh. Okay, so I can certainly do max by with a comparison function based on their links. I'll get back the element and then I'll have to still count it, but that's all right. Okay, so guesses dot max by $0 dot count is greater than $1 dot count. Really? Alphabetically, yeah, I don't want that. Not too helpful. Well, if I'm doing min, I assume it's less than. Yeah, almost the same thing. Thank you. The only argument of this function are in increasing order. The predicate argument defines increasing. Ugh, okay. That is annoying. Okay, and then I want dot count else 0. So this predicate says put them in increasing order, so we want the order, it's lower if the first one's smaller. And then the max will take the largest of those, and then we got to get the count because we don't want the actual string. We want the count. Otherwise, if it couldn't find one, that means the guesses was empty and it should just be 0. I guess that happens when you start. All right, so let's make sure this is good. And this should pass. Not that I haven't said that before. Yeah, max will return the string, so we have to do the predicate thing, which is admittedly a little confusing. I mean, we could map them to their count and then take the max. Maybe that would be more understandable. Let's try that. So guesses dot map to $0 so get the count of each guess, the number of characters in each guess, dot max, otherwise 0 if there is none. Oop. What does max give us? Gives us an array event. That. Okay. Let's call the function. And I think that'll still pass. But I think that's probably easier to understand, and you're not talking about 10 million guesses. You're talking about 27 or something. So mapping them to their count, taking the biggest count, gives us the answer for most letters. That should still pass. All right. So we added scoring to the game. Unneeded send. Oh, good point. Yeah. I don't know why this kicks in now. All right, that one we know about. Take this out for now. And this. Well, okay. It is a lot to hang around. Okay, make sure tests are still good. Two. Oh. Okay, I'll trust myself on that one. Okay, well that's promising because we were hard-coded with wrong answers before. Now we have to find a word. V-I-S-T, no. V-O. No. I was hoping for vowel. Nice. Okay. Most letters is 4. Yes. Okay, let's see if I can find a longer word. Lounge. Duh. Okay, so we got 7 now. And we got 2 extra words. Okay, so that looks good. I mean, it looks like it's working. All right. Cool. This way. I think I'm off my count here. Today's the 17th. Okay. Wrap for infinite space, yeah. Oh. So yesterday, I guess we worked out a good algorithm for when to switch views to simulate infinite space. And, oh yeah. I made some changes last night. I'll come back to that. Okay, so we did minimal score. We passed the cell size. That was all base. Yeah, pretty much the whole day was that. We just did scoring. We barely started scoring at the last minute. So I think that's adequate for that. And then we introduced score object, made game calculate scores, mostly from guesses. Okay, now what's next? Mark prefix words. Yeah, interesting. Those kind of go together. That's still on guesses. I should touch what I did though. Let's see. I try not to do too much between sessions, but what we did, we had a function called guessView, and I extracted it into a class, and we had another one called ScoreView, and I extracted that into a class. So not too much there. But another thing I did was I replaced this icon. I tried to get one that had actual tiny letters in it. But I think what I'm still seeing is I don't understand the spacing here. So something's going on that. I think let's tackle that. Could show percentage of words found. Oh gosh, yeah, 0.2. At least my record on this. Yeah, but yeah, I think there's definitely an opportunity for that, and I'm not sure we have the best scoring stuff going on, but I could see maybe I could see introducing a page somewhere that shows like what your values were, maybe the date and this and what was your best word or something like that. Like this is a 7-letter word. That's pretty good. I don't know if there are more. SETS. I guess that's 7 letters too. Yeah. Okay. But it's it definitely has some usages, and maybe there's a better score. That might be an interesting score. What percentage of maybe it's just the long words. That you found, but I'm afraid those counts are going to be so low all the time based on what we saw so far. Okay. Anyway, the thing I'm worried about is like we have this big space here. You can have a message, okay, but there's just all this blank space here. And actually, I think there's too much there too. And I think, well, this is looking fuzzy, so I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but we can find out where that space is going pretty easily. I mean, it would seem, the text is not doing anything special. It's only 20 high. So I just don't think it's responsible for it. Imagine that's a little space here and a little space above it, but not, half an inch. Okay. So my guess is it's this, and my bag of tricks for this is, put a border on it, and let's just make it green. And I don't know, can I do a width? With 5. Okay, very obvious. You can do similar things in web pages. I've seen people put in a thing that puts a box around every entity. Okay, oh yeah, that's definitely it. Okay, so I mean, that space here looks a little big for the word, the message. No, I guess it doesn't. I think it needs a little breathing room there, and it needs a little above. Okay. However, I think we can reduce this pretty easily. So, well, if we see what's going on, we'll reduce it. Okay. Guess view. All right. So we've got this H stack. The whole thing's an H stack. Okay. The icon is set to 128. Well, that seems wrong, because if this is 40, 128 is like triple that size. So it's being manipulated. This height says 40. That seems okay. Also, I just wonder if max width is not the right thing, but let's try and make this 40. I think maybe that should just be width and height. I think max is saying make it 120 if you can, and it can, because it can just slide everything else out of the way down a little bit. I don't know if there's got to be something up here, like somewhere we have to have something to, maybe new game button, maybe history winning thing. Okay. Okay, well that pulled up. It's still looking funny. Let's make sure this, I think this should be sufficient. Usually that's what we use. I'm surprised it's max there. Yeah, I can definitely add padding. Was that obnoxiously high? Yeah, maybe. I mean, those together fit better. Now we get a lot more room for things. I don't know if we can stag. Oops. They're not adjacent, are they? Oh, they are. Okay. But I can't get to it that way. Okay. I don't have an R. A-T-T-E. No M. N-I-G-H. Okay, got one word. I'm not going to find enough words to fill this in. No. Is that a word? No L. I don't have enough E's. Okay, we need a better one now. Or an empty frame or now. Yeah. I think we probably want. Yeah, I don't know what we want up there. Staging. Ooh, thank you. Okay. Gassed. No. And Gats. These four-letter words get a little, I don't know, they get a little annoying. They help you think of bigger words sometimes, so I like that aspect of them. Do I have them? Trying to get more than will fit. Okay, yeah, there we go. So there's a few words down there. I don't think I want that much. Well, I think this space should be bigger. Like I mentioned yesterday, I think our square should be the width of the phone being the same as the height of the phone. And we don't calculate that yet. The other thing I think is this, I think it should be a little button down here that says more or something like that. And maybe you just see a few words that you found. And I think maybe you should see your best word too, which would be like your most recent longest word. Okay, but I think we fixed the frame, or we fixed the gap problem here, so I'll happily take that. Okay, I like this. I mean, I almost get a stained glass feeling out of this. It's nice. Whoever put hue in there, that's a nice thing. Okay, so we made top area take less space. Okay. Rotation feels important to me. I don't know what it entails. Yeah, that one feels tricky. Okay, set parameters, board size. Right, that's something you need. Sounds kind of a bonus. Animation, experiment with opacity. And I think, did I change this? What is it? G. No. Oh, here we go. Inept. I-N-E-P-T. Okay, I think we could, well, yeah, that's a good question. I think I would need to put some buttons in, and yet also maybe let you do the pinch thing. I forget how you do that. Is what option? Yeah, like I could let you rotate, but I think on the rotation I might round off to multiple of 90 degrees kind of thing. Yeah. Also, I'm thinking I like these red borders less now that we're doing the italics. Let me get those while I'm thinking about it. Let's see. That's in. Is it letter view? Yeah. Border color. Yeah, let's go look at that one. Okay, so border color for neighbor. I think I'm going to change this back. Yeah, back to the same as open. Okay, so cell border neighbor, cell border default. And what color are you? I think he's just a flat black. Yeah. Cell border neighbor. I'm not sure I like default, but okay. Why is that? Oh. Where do I get the pad? There it is. Okay. I think that's 000 black. Yep. Okay. That is a little weird. It's always on that side. I didn't notice that before. I guess because the neighbors thing fixed it, right? But it looks like your border is overwritten by the cells in some sense. Yeah, maybe they are overlapping. I don't know. I guess it's not letter, right? It's the next level up. Is that infinite? Grid view. I don't know if that'll help. I want them to look next to each other, but I do want a distinctive. Well, I shouldn't take small leaps. Okay, that's controllable. Well, I think it's the space between the buttons that's going to count. So shrinking the size would just make them smaller, but still next to each other, I believe. Well, that's okay. I'm getting this double border. I mean, this is tricky. Okay, so I don't want that bold black border. I'm gonna bump it again, but I don't think this will look any better. The border drawn outside the box. You may be right. I know the stroke border is supposed to be drawn inside, but we bailed out on that. Yeah, so we're getting that bold because they're abutting each other at 2, and when they, yeah, so they're each providing a border, probably a 2-pixel border, and so it looks like a very dark border. But if they overlap, then I run the risk that you can't see the letter. Line width 4. Let's. Well, I'm gonna make it 2 for now, and change this back to 2. So padding is the blank space between them. I don't know why 2. No, okay, I do. They're actually just touching, so that's why they're that fat border. This still keeps them from overlapping, but I don't know if it'll. Yeah. And that's very narrow looking to me. I can't quite see at the pixel level, but like these outer bottom lines look darker to me than the top ones. I don't think they have black on the outside of them. Let's put this back down, and then let's look at the border. So line width of 2. Okay, I put the padding down to 1. Let's see if that is enough to overcome some of that. Well, that looks okay. That looks a little wimpy. But he does have a distinct drawing. Now, can I do what was it? Something stroke, border stroke? I thought that's what shapes had. Stroke border? Is it the other way around? Has no member. But he's a shape. Well, I don't mind that. That's subtle, but the red I want to be bigger. Now, I'm not sure why I don't get it, because like circle. Okay, let's put the parameters in. Maybe that will help. Dot blue. Is it line width? Yeah. Line width 2. Let's make it very visible. Cannot for base member. Ugh. Like I don't understand why he's losing it. He knows it's an S, and S is a shape. So I can say circle dot stroke border. He's fine with that. Grr. Okay. Well, the other trick I have, let me say, oh, that's an idea. Well, the z-index, I'd have to know. I was thinking I would just make its border bigger if it's that type. And I'll just do it kind of a hacky way first. This equals first, give me 5.0 else 2.0. Let's try that. So only that red square gets the fat border, and I'm drawing it fatter than I probably want it, but just to try and make it visible. I don't know why it's so relatively slow to install. It doesn't seem like a big app. No difference I can see. Let me make it even more dramatic. No, that's not affecting anything. Okay. Well, let's try your z-index idea. Two else 0 is lower number gives you a lower thing, I would imagine. Some view has no z-index. I just don't understand some view enough, I guess. All right. Okay, we'll try that. I'd have to do both, right? Well, I think it's time to get some helpers in here. Let's pull this, and that can just be type. I'm surprised he's not complaining that I don't have a return. Did they change that? Okay, well, let's use type throughout. Oh, sorry. Well, that helps. Okay, yeah, let's try that. I still might have to make it a fatter border in that case, but maybe it would show up now. Yeah. Well, he does show up on top, I would say. Is it first or last? I think it was last. But it's still funny. It's still emphasizing the side, this side more. All right, but let's at least try and do this. Oh, I'm totally messing this up. This should be last as well. Okay, I think that's doing its thing. That definitely gives priority to the red. And let's just go a little bolder. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't. The border's not symmetric relative to the square. I don't understand that. But I think this is the best so far. Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's an improvement. Give a stronger red border to the last cell. Okay. Well, rotation. It could be. I don't know if I can run it on my phone or not. It's kind of an old phone, so I'm back a couple generations. All right, but I think rotation feels like the hardest problem of these. This feels fine. I think I can map each thing to its length and turn it into a hash table or an array by length or something I can use to show it with. Prefix words in a different color. We just have to track which one's the prefix. New game. Well, I do think this size thing is one I've put off long enough. I think it'll control the rest of this a little more too. Maybe there's a little more breathing room before these scored and found words. I thought I made those the same, but they don't look the same. All right, yeah, let's tackle this size issue, and I think it'll look a little funny with 5 because, well, you'll kind of have, well, where you have these 4 like that, you're going to see them all now, so it feels like you're selecting a bunch of things at once, but it won't matter as we make larger boards. It won't matter as much. But yeah, that one, I think that's grid view, right? Let's close these. Okay, grid view is the one view. Is it infinite? Game.size times 0.5 plus 0.5. Okay. I think this is the one we have to put in the geometry reader thing. It's the whole. Okay, we've done it before, but I know I make a geometry reader and it gets us some valid value back, and then we use that somehow. Okay, that's really not helpful. Apple. Frames and coordinates. Okay, that seems like a good thing to understand. Yeah, proxy frame is width.proxy.size.width. Okay, yeah. All right, so we'll put this in the geometry reader, right? I think that goes there. Let's make sure. Contextual type for closure argument. Oh, yes, it gets proxy in. Okay, and then I can use the proxy in the frame size is going to be, now the cell size is going to stay the same. The frame size is just going to be proxy size dot width. And so is the height, which is a little different. Okay. Right. I don't know why it pushes the simulator back on the Windows list. Okay, yeah, so this stuff is, well, that's still not right. Oh, do I have padding somewhere? content view. Wow. Okay, I got the Z stack. See if that was enough. Yeah. Okay, something else is wrong. This is what I want. And fit this stuff in the bottom. Why are you up there? Why aren't you down here? Okay, well, I guess that's all in content view. We got a VStack, we got the guest view, the text, the infinite grid, and this thing. So why is that? Let's take that off for a minute. I think that'll spread it vertically. Do we have it hard coded to 300? No. So now, infinite grid, his frame is basically this is the screen width and the screen width. Well, I should look for a 300, but I believe we got rid of those. Yeah. The overlay to infinite grid. Yeah, maybe so. Infinite grid doesn't have the Z thing though. That's in here. So we're saying guest view. Wait. Let's go to guest view. Guest view has that Z index, and maybe I should just make him 10. Yeah, we don't use the 6x50. Now I'm saying everybody's still 50 character cells, but just give me as many as will fit in my screen. Okay, so let's change this. I don't know what else I have. 16 Pro Max should be bigger. Okay, this will take a minute. But that gives us a minute to think about things. So, where is it going to bring that up? Put that next to him. Okay, bigger screen. He should get more. Okay. But I'm still not getting. Well, I'm puzzled by the way it drew a white block at the top. Like it didn't do that before when we weren't using the geometry reader thing. That just struck me as weird. And I don't understand why the score is overlaying, because he does not have a Z index. Everything should be in the V stack. Yeah. It may be. Now I thought, was it this one? Somewhere we did something to get that back. I think it might be this. Or maybe that's something totally different, and it's no wonder I'm confused. Positions this view within an invisible frame with a size to the nearest container. Hmm. Maybe I want this. Oh, are we getting somewhere? Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of weird. He's pushing the clock out. I don't know what this dot 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 is. Or is that, well, I don't even know. These big phones, they had that weird safe area thing too. Now this is overlapping. I don't know if I can run both these at the same time, maybe. Okay, yeah, he definitely fits more. LNE to LN. And he's got LNEATLN, two extras, being such a big phone. And I don't know, can I run this on an iPad? I'll try. But to your point about safe area, I think that would be wise. I haven't done anything on iPad except I think I made it active. Let's try this. Yeah, that I don't get. Well, I suppose we could just knock out the guest view and see if it goes away. But I thought that was a white block, white text view with, or a white text set to a size with a border. I'm still puzzled why this is not showing up beneath, since, well, there's room and it seemed like the spec called for that. I guess I gotta wait for that to do. Is a copy of the guest field. Yeah, so it's going to the guest and the selection and asking it for the guest that's embedded in that selection, and it writes it as a text. Well, I guess I should just show it instead of telling. Okay, so yeah, it's a text field with a border and a size. Now, maybe this min width thing is giving it trouble. A background color. Right? I mean, that seems like that should be coming from the text block. Okay, this is getting close. Wow, very disconcerting. Now, iPad does stuff. It may well have put that in. That border may not be under my control. I don't know, because it wants to be able to have other stuff. But you would think the proxy would give you the whole thing. Burst. Okay, yeah, you could see the white border moving with the item. SEN sense. Oh. Try that again. SESE. Huh, he's only sliding down a little. So that should probably be tied to the thing too. But wow, this one is very obnoxious. Let's well, I guess I can take out guest view and verify that white box is coming from it. It could be something with the animation, but I don't know. All right, so this is the only one that is... I don't know if that's a word or not. No. Okay, let me put... Oh, wait. It's on the AirPad. Okay. Oh, it doesn't write over it when that's not there. All right, let me go back to the smaller thing. Let's put that ignore safe area in. Run. And it's this one. I kind of don't get it, though. Well, I would say that's slightly better, but not sufficient. Well, maybe that's me. Okay, maybe that's okay. I think I can bump that down a little. Ignoring the safe area gets me the background throughout, so I like that. And I can say padding dot top 24 pixels. Now, I don't know, maybe the preview would be the way to go on this. All letters and language, you need to make the box longer. Oh, you're right. Good thought. Yeah, it's just so big. Oh, so the scrolling would be an interesting challenge. Okay, well, this is better. All right, that's acceptable. Maybe 64 might be a better number just to get a little more breathing room there, but let's go with 40. But I definitely can work with that. I'm curious now, the scrolling works on this. Does it work on this? Yeah, you're right. We got that problem. Now, this feels okay. Let's see if we can get it to go crazy. No, I guess you're right. It's just the iPad's got so much space. Okay, I think that's all right for now. I'm going to go back to just focusing on the SE, but we'll have to come back. Let's make a note about iPad. The other one I kind of wondered, it would be nice, this is kind of more to the iPad, but it would be nice if I only needed the one view and I could sort of bring in the others as they're needed rather than have them kind of hard-coded in all places. but we'll deal with it later. Okay, now if I enter a word, let's see, is tase not a word? Okay. CASES. All right. Okay, so now I got to figure out why this is not why it's not showing up separately. I mean, it's a VStack, this, and then I would think that. Yeah, I think your reasoning makes sense. But I would have thought, well, okay, let's go to infinite grid. Where do we put that Z index? Or I guess I should say, where are all the places we have Z index? Okay. The guess has a very high one. This one has 2 or 0. Let's make this 2 or 1. No, we don't. I think normally he's the minimum of all his stuffs, right? I mean, I thought a Z stack would apply its stacking to any. Well, does this even make sense to be a Z stack? Before I go there, I don't know why this one should be a Z stack. Let's take him out and see if that helps. Now we had that, and we had our slidey thing. Well, it doesn't help. Okay, so it's something about infinite grid. I don't know what this is doing for us. Yeah, I mean, there was theoretically one object, a V stack, inside the Z stack. So I don't think that should help. Now, maybe... No. Okay, what happens here when you guess a word? Okay, he still slides down on top. He does say it is Z index, but I don't understand why it would. Okay, let's go look at it. I guess that's... I don't think... Yeah, he's very minimal. He's got the 3 fields, and he's in a V stack. Alignment leading. Okay. Make sure that's all right. And then what's the other one? It's answers view. He's got an H stack. It's just so weird. Yeah. Let's make text message. Take this one out. Yeah, it may be... I mean, I would have thought alignment top would only apply inside it. And it seems like when it draws it, it draws score at the top. Okay, something's funny. Why, that's so far away. Did I leave the spacer in? No. Okay, let me put the spacer back in, which should push everything up as far as it can. Okay. Let's give this a border. Maybe okay. I don't know what I did. Okay, so it's the infinite grid's fault. It's taken up all that space. And then I think maybe this is just being aligned wherever it can, or it's... Let's just take one of these and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, that's weird. I clicked outside and it clicked on something. Oh, it clicked... Oh, because it thinks it's still there. Okay, so something's funny. Ay, ay. The frame, the offset. Is this... Frame width and height. I'm going to put that border back on. I wonder if this is necessary. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah. What if I wrap this in a V-stack? I mean, I would say, am I getting the wrong thing for the proxy? Proxy size width. That should be the width of the screen is the height. I thought maybe I put the height in and then it's bigger, but it's being clipped or something. Um, that's not it. Okay, we're due for a break. Let's take our break and maybe we'll have some great insight in the next 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Nothing is popping out at me, but we'll give it a go. All right, see you in a few. All right, welcome back. I just popped up this page. Let's see if we can. The maximum width, maximum height of the resulting frame. Okay, the size is proposed to the frame with ideal dimensions replacing corresponding unspecified decisions. If no minimum or maximum is constrained, it adopts the behavior. If both constraints are specified, the frame unconditionally stops. Okay, well maybe we can force it by doing min width and max width. I think I can do it all in one thing, right? Okay, yeah. I guess this is ideal width. Maybe I should be using that. Yeah, I don't get there's yeah, you're right. There's something going on with the score. Oh man. Why are you so large? Well, no, okay, yeah, maybe we can leave out ideal. That may be confusing matters. I don't think the max width should matter because it's doing that right, but we'll put it in anyway. Okay. All right, now we're into the call the fixed size function. Okay. Is that a view thing? That's a text thing. I guess it's a view thing. Max height 200, horizontal. Yeah, that's referring to the inside thing, I think. I don't think there's a lot of places that do padding. We only had a couple. Answer detail view. That's the pop-up. We just put padding above on the content view. This is inside our grid and guest view. And that's inside our guest view. So I don't think that's going on. So I think what's going on, I mean, I don't know why it's so bad, but I think, so what is it? TRRM. So if I click here, I'm getting the M. And if I click here, maybe I'll get the E. So I think it's got our vertical, I mean, it's got our extra copy. Yeah, now I'm outside I'm right at the boundary, I think. But why? When we set it to a hard-coded value, it was fine. Oh no, oh, that's that. Back to our infinite grid. Well, this VStack's not making any difference. Clipped? I don't know that that applies to... Clip the content of the view to its frame. Okay. Now, why it's at the bottom and not the top? I suppose we could put an alignment somewhere, but that didn't do anything. Now, I do wonder the shape. Do we have that after, right? We have it after the frame. So you would think that would clip it to the frame. Mastering, not masking. Okay, sorry, misread it. I mean, .infinity should try and make it as big as it can. We don't want that. How to set full height? Yeah, I remember Paul Hudson's explanation like this. Okay, parent offers a size. Child view decides the size, trying to take into account the parent's thing. Returns the size. The parent lays it out respecting the size. Okay, yeah, I didn't try that combination. And I don't think I have to say anti-alias. Clips this view to its bounding rectangular frame. I mean, that sounds like it should do the same as clip shape rectangle. And the size that we gave it here. Okay, no. I mean, I think this is probably the reasonable way to do it. It sounds like that defaults to a rectangle, and that's kind of what we want, but this way frame not clipped. Okay. Right, a view can exceed its bound. But the weird thing to me is, whoops, where am I? Yeah, why is that? It's not showing it, but it's clipping the view, but it's not clipping the size. Text takes the size it needs. Clipped view limits the drawing of a view to its bound frame. Everything else will be hidden, but that's kind of what's happening. I think we can see. Without clipped, it just drew all over the place. I think it did all the way up and down. Okay, no. It does not draw all over the place. Well, it does. It draws it below. Does the width end at the edge of the phone? Yeah, I would say we do. I can definitely see a little red stripe there and there on the left and right. Yeah. Okay, so clipped is absolutely doing something. What was it? Fixed size. Fixes this view at its ideal size. I had it below before. I don't know that matters. That would seem to say, like, do what you want. I mean, I would interpret it fixed size as saying give it the whole size. Let me see if this is interacting with it. No. Scrolling doesn't work without the offset. That makes sense. Drag gestures should not be relevant. Is the proxy width too wide in the OS what limits the width? I don't see how. I don't know a good way to display it. Is there? They added something for that debugging thing. It's not print, is it? Okay, I can do it that way. Okay, I can do it down there. All right. 375. Good question. So in all these? I think the box is the same size. Oh, wait a minute. That's making me wonder. Okay, have I got the right? I've got the border on the whole infinite grid. Let's work our way inside it. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. Okay, I'm only seeing the pink one. Oh, I didn't take it out. I mean, there's definitely different problems going on because the H-stack was overlaying, not just a little, but a lot. All right, I don't see any border. So well, I'm puzzled by this one not producing anything because it's, oh no, it's still inside the geometry reader. No, I really don't see one. I guess, could there be a gray? Let's... Oh, there is a border. Okay. Oh, weird, weird, weird. Okay, so the V-stack has the border. Let's put it at the very bottom of the V-stack at the end of gesture. I think that should look the same. So it's like the V-stack has the right size and everything, and yet the geometry reader doesn't. Okay, maybe that's something we can search for. Good. Places the children in the top left corner, which is unusual. Okay. But how do we get that? Use an inside an overlay or background. Right. Need to draw something. Is there an environment property for this, the width? Where's my little cheat sheet book that I haven't consulted in a while? I think they added some, but how about display scale? Display scale. Okay, that tells me nothing. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, if we can somehow get that value. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, the proxy is only valid while you're in that view, so that I've got a horizontal size class. Okay, let's try. GeometryReader. Yeah, the problem is, well, that's kind of what we're saying, right? Read the geometry of the current view, save the value in a state, and use it. Ugh. All right, so what is he doing? He's putting modified geometry reader on it. I don't see that. Yeah, so he's putting it in the background. I don't know what dot preference does. Key.self. Function equals. I don't know why we care about equals. Geometry is a function. Okay, well, this is pretty damning as far as what Geometry Reader's doing. I don't know why he says we can see it. We don't have pictures here. Well, save you many hours. I don't think we're up to many hours, but we're headed that direction. Can we... Well, I can't tell it the height. Well, whether to allow rotation was a question I had. So we could put buttons, we could do the two-finger twist thing, or we could let you physically rotate your phone. And if you did rotate, we would like to show the letters in the right direction. But Well, I think that other example was kind of what I'm thinking, like put it in the background. And I don't know what preference does. Let's see if we can try something on those lines. I don't know. So on the content view, this total VStack, it's a sheet. Okay. Well, I guess that's his mechanism to get it into the preference. If I try and get geo.size.width, like where do I put it? I can't just make an assignment here, I don't think. I don't think this is valid. Yeah. Okay, so maybe that mechanism. Geometry is a function from geometry proxy to void. Oh, where's that function coming in? Reduce value in out geometry. Oh no. Well, game is a model side object. It doesn't have a view, so it can't really use. I mean, I'd like to get the value in game for sure, or well, maybe not in game. I wouldn't mind passing it along or sticking it in preferences, but I don't think that's what this is doing. I don't know. Maybe it is. Preference. On preference change, then we call the function. Well, I don't know how I get a... Okay, here's my key. I don't know what's up with that. Okay, let's... I think this may have gotten a little simpler. Nope. Attach a preference to a view using the preference modifier. Right. Okay, well, that's almost exactly the use case we have here. In the parent view, on preference change, set self.width equals value. Well, that seems to be what we're doing. Okay, so let's put this in content view. Okay, and this is screen width preference key. All right, so if I do okay, so I put this on the background of some object. Yeah, that's kind of promising. Okay, let's put it on. Can I put it on this? Okay, and then somewhere I have to monitor it. Right. Okay. And I can put this on my top level view. Now, okay, let's value of type content view has no member width. Okay, that should be screen width. Self.width is a string. Oh, he's a string there. Okay, sorry. I don't know why that's a string. Do these only do strings? Yes. No. Only does strings, okay. if that'll work. Yeah, yeah, that's all that is. Number one. Oh, double first. Okay. I guess CG Float doesn't have a string constructor, but double does. Is it an optional problem? Okay. See what we can do. With 0. Okay, and what if I rotate? He's still got his green border, and he's... I think maybe he's a little better? No, I don't... Okay, we got to put a border around the... Let's do another border. Dot border peak. So if he keeps saying it's 0... No, he's still got the junk. Oh, we still have GeometryReader on him. Ugh. Yeah, oh, you're right. Okay. Oh, this area is smaller, but it's still there. And that never triggered. I'll run it again with the breakpoint on. I guess to see if it triggers on the first time. Okay, he does, but value is empty. Now, I think why it's smaller is, well, let's continue. I think the geometry reader is just saying, give me everything from here down. And so, or, from my top down to the bottom. And we've already got stuff above it. Because otherwise, why wouldn't it have covered the whole screen? But I think it's just saying, give me infinite height, but anything above it is not going to be pushed away by that. Okay, this is not changing even when I draw this. Okay, I'm gonna clean out a bit. Let's take this stuff out. There should somewhere be a set of environment keys, and I could swear they added stuff to that. that would let it do it. I think his border tells me, excuse me, the V-stack is the right size. All this stuff we did kind of made that happen. Okay, let's make sure tests run. I think we'll wrap up with what we have. Maybe spend the last couple minutes, see if we can figure out what's going on with the H space and the height there. Okay, I don't know where I'm printing here. Huh, isn't that funny? It's like, no, it isn't. Okay, so the width is 375. Okay, so I think that's doing what it should do. The tests were fine. Let's make sure the run is okay. Okay, yeah, so he's positioned at the same place. Now, oddly, he's pushed him down. Let me try the other one. Okay, no, I'm going to check this in. I'm going to put the other one in on this. So we commented out score view, but I'm going to comment out score view and try answers view. Because answers view is a scroll view, which should try and take whatever space you'll give it. I don't know if you can force the other one up. Maybe spacer's not helping anything. Huh. Okay. Now my red border's here, but it's drawing in this place. What? Okay, let's go back to the whole thing. And I don't know, I still might need to read on that. Okay, the red border, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? Okay, who did the border? That's on the infinite grid. But that looks short to me, right? Because these are squares. So if it's 7 across, it should be 7 down. And so I think the drawing is right. But why this? Okay, if we submit something, what can we do? Case. They are placed. Okay, well, I think okay, and I'm going to add back into the border on this other thing. This is puzzling. Okay, infinite grid. So at the end of gesture, we're still in the V stack. So I'm going to put the border green. here. Now, if it thinks, okay, yeah, this is almost backwards from what we had. Right before we had the interior border in the right space and then gray cells down here. And now with the H stack, it's apparently got this space here. So if the pink border were obeyed, this would be placed correctly. I mean, I could wish for more spacing or something, but it would be in the right place. The problem is the green now, the interior V stack is too big and not clipped. But I totally don't get it. I mean, okay, so let's put this back and see contrast it. And then we'll stop. Okay, so now the green border is the right size. It's 7 by 7. And the pink border is too big. So there's some interaction here going on between the H stack, the border of the total object versus well, I think this is the border of the geometry reader and this is the border of our view. Okay. And they're coming in consistently. Yeah, this H stack is being placed below the border, below the pink border each time. It's just the pink border moved up here when the H stack was there before. So I'm certainly puzzled by it. I mean, we could goof around. Like we could. Well, maybe we need to pass the geometry reader around the whole thing. And then the fact that it takes up all the space, but we have our stuff inside. Okay, I'll try that real quick here. But I don't think it's the problem. I think it looked worse without that ignore safe area. Oh, no, it doesn't. Maybe the padding up top did something. Okay. All right. Well, we're stopping there. My last idea then is let's put score and let's put the geometry reader at the top level where it can take the total space. And then the fact that this thing is in there and this thing is in there shouldn't matter. Okay. So we'll try that next week. I'm going to be at the same time, 2 to 4:30 Eastern Time daily or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. And we will definitely pick up here. I may tweak some of this other graphic stuff, but I'll try and stay away from this problem. So we'll save that solution. I probably shouldn't do it anyway, but we'll save that solution if we can find it Monday, or at least that attempt by putting the geometry reader in to take up the rest of the space on the screen. Then we should be able to lay these score things in there where we want them. And if we get that done, I think we'll go on to, well, we may tweak a little up here, but we'll go on to getting the guesses, that section handled a little bit, and the spare screen for that. All right. Well, thanks so much today. That's kind of painful. I mean, it feels like, I guess that's a known issue with Geometry Reader. It feels very weird to me that it would be the case, but All right. And thank you to Mudshark. Take care. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.